I want to thank House of Stereo today for setting me up with the Warwick Bravura and Sonoma amplifier. This set has been a very interesting electrostatic. I'm foraying into there now, and we've been kind of doing some comparisons against some of the big hitters, T plus A, Focal, and Odyssey. I'm very big on the Odyssey side of the house, but this has been an interesting go through. I've been sitting here for the last 2 hours going through listening to various genres, everything from classical music to rock to a little R&B, hip hop, and just a random number of things. What I've come across with these, we'll start with comfort. They're an extremely comfortable pair of headphones. Like I said, I've had them on my head for 2 hours. I don't find them that heavy, but then again, I also wear Odysseys. They tend to be heavy. As far as comfort in the ear area, my ears weren't touching the drivers, so that was great. The headband itself is extremely comfortable. It has a bit of clamp, but when you get your own, you can adjust the clamp. I would adjust it just a little bit. It was a little tight, and when I did move my jaw, I did get a little driver flex, but other than that, it seemed to be spot on. The ear cups themselves, like I said, my ears weren't touching them, and the actual padding material was very soft, very comfortable. Didn't get too hot in there, and the sound, we'll get into that now. These tend to be on the brighter side. So if you like things with a lot of hi-hat, cymbal, or female vocals, you'll find that these do an amazing job at bringing that out. I was listening to O Fortuna, and the female vocals can get lost in the transition right after the drums kick in and the violins come on. You can drown them out, but they were still able and present. This is a very articulate headphone. I wouldn't quite call it analytical, where you're going to show you everything. It seems to be fairly forgiving. Although on some songs that I do know and love, like Weezer's My Name is Jonas, it just didn't sound great, but it's not the headphone's fault. That is the recording. The other stuff we did went across Everlast, White Trash Beautiful. That was a good song, worked really well. You can hear the distortion in the voice from the engineering side, which sounded really good. What else did we listen to? Stevie Ray Vaughan, Texas Flood. You can really hear the emotion in the guitar. It's real bright. It's really clear. What else we did? Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture. That recording wasn't the best, but when the drums came in, it came in really clean. Bass profile on these is punchy, tight, but it's not heavy. So if you're more of a bass head, I probably wouldn't go this route. Vocals, like I said, vocals went through Norah Jones. Very clean, very clear. Diana Krall, very clean, very clear. Frank Sinatra, his vocals come through very good. You get the resonance, especially with his deep voice when he gets into the lower octaves. And as far as acoustics, an acoustic guitar comes through very clean. You can hear the lift off from the finger prior to the note in certain songs. So if you're doing all that, or if you're into that kind of sound, you're going to pick up a lot of small details. The Warwick amplifier itself, the Sonoma, has been absolutely wonderful. It's cool. It's not super hot. The controls are very simple. You have your digital and analog inputs, and then the detent on your volume control is good. Speaking of volume, I usually had it between 50 and 75%, depending on the song's leveling. So it's not one you're going to need to go all the way to the top on for most songs. As far as the inputs on the back, it has a vast array of inputs. And it has your power control on the backside, which I prefer rather than it being on the front because it's easy to bump into. Headphone weight, we talked about that. The cables, they are very nice braided cables, but try not to move too much because you will get microphonics that'll introduce themselves. That's pretty standard across the industry. I mean, they're not any worse or better than pretty much most everybody else in the industry. I think for what you get and the whole deal, I think it's an amazing package. I mean, especially paired with the Wolf server, I mean, everything's coming through. We were listening to DSD the whole way through. So the most high res I can get my hands on. And yeah, I think that about covers it. I mean, it's an amazing pair of electrostatics. I mean, it's a little more involved than what your normal headphone's going to be. But I think what you're paying for and what you're getting is a very, very enticing package.
Now, in terms of fun, I mean, sitting there listening to it, is it a fun headphone?
Oh, absolutely. Easy? Absolutely. It's a blast, depending on the kind of music you like.
Right. So what I found sometimes is that some headphones can be so analytical and into the micro detail that it loses feeling and it loses some of that emotion.
Yeah. No, and I was listening to Jimi Hendrix, If 6 Was 9. The great song, you can really feel the emotion in there. Stevie Ray Vaughan's Texas Flood, you can feel the emotion in that.
Right.
It doesn't suck the life out of it, you know.
Right.
I would say, yeah, if you want some emotion, they're very good.
So, and this is the first electrostatic headphone that we've played with. You know,
Yeah.
so we have planar magnetostatics with
Yeah.
D+A. This is the first electrostat, and there's other ones out there. Stax makes an electrostat.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with those, but little I have, they're good. It's just, I've noticed with electrostats, you generally don't have as much bass response.
Right, and that's according to their design.
Yeah, according to their design. I mean, the bass response on this is good. It's tight, it's clean, it has good decay, it has good reverb. It'll play with your song. Just don't expect it to rattle your skull.
Right. Well, and that's, you know, this is the high-end headphone space. I'm more interested in natural bass. And, you know, bass heads, you know, that's a whole different segment, and that's not really our bag here. But anyways, so we're going to play some more with the Warwick Acoustics. We're going to get to know this line individually. I was in, of course, Warwick came out to the Florida Audio Expo where we had a chance to meet them. Really cool guys. It's a cool company. They're also into the automotive, so there's going to be some high-end British cars coming out with Warwick audio inside. So I'm kind of interested to see how that's going to play out. But this seems to be a company that they know what they're doing. They do it very well. And you know, the Bravura and Sonoma combo seems to be great. There's a much higher end model combo headphone energizer that we had a chance to listen to at the show. We couldn't borrow that. It had to go to a show in Singapore or somewhere. But we're going to bring that in also and have a listen to what their idea of the ultimate reference in electrostat headphones are.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that because, I mean, just the Sonoma itself has been phenomenal to listen to. I mean, I play with some pretty high dollar DACs like that T+A we've been listening to everything on. And this is punching in that zone, I'd say.
Nice. Okay. Well, Frank, thank you for coming in.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you lending your expertise. You are, you know, one of the headphone gurus in our region.
Thanks. I
here.
appreciate that.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.